Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the den. Yeah, I figured it out. I officially can't fix a damn thing. I'm pathetic. I am a worthless, gutless pile of trash that all I can do is take stuff apart. But anyways, in that life of taking stuff apart and being angry and fighting everything, got this beauty and it comes apart. Yeah. And the battery is over here. That guy there. These they run such little crappy batteries in these that it's not even worth it. Circuitry is like really a lot going on with the circuitry. Look at this. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them die. Oh no. I'm guessing then the MOSFETs. It's a MOSFET. Can't see the. They're just gonna Q. What is it? Q, yeah, it is. Q3. Q4. Yeah, transistor, MOSFET, something going on. And got one over here too. But the reason I'm into this, what do you want to call it? Power Station Plus 700 peak amps of amps. Yeah. There's really, these things are barely, I mean, you're putting together a couple freaking 9-volt batteries in series, half parallel, to come up with that 13-volt nominal nat wad. 10 amp hour, pathetic. But yeah, it was super weak. It's not even worth wasting trying to figure this thing out. So I sometime, maybe tonight, maybe in the future. Oh, I love the I love the very skilled little supply that we have for doing our charging. That's awesome. Just a mains socketed freaking plug here that you just plug an extension cord. Why you'd have a, it's odd, but yeah, I guess it works. It works. What do you know? What the hell do I know? I'm the dummy. You remember? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I freaking don't even know if I did a video on another one of these or not. I can't even remember. It's freaking gross negligence of stupidity going on that I deal with in my life every day, dealing with this frame and no brain here. It's sad. Very sad. Oh, we'll see what we got for readings here. 12 volt DC, 300 milliamp. Ooh, that's trickling it a little bit. Oh, it's got the tri-wing bust them out screws, but it's still a voltage supply. But anyways, I don't even care about that. I want that out of there without killing everything else. Is what I care about, obviously, is the compressor, because I want to make a solder sucker, like a nice little simple solder sucker. Just maybe like even one at the tube, the tube gets loaded up and cruded and you just rip the tube off, throw it away, and just put a new piece of copper or something on. I don't know. I do have that trick that I use. It's graphite spray. Use graphite spray, this kind. That seems to keep the solder from sticking. That works pretty good. Lock fluid. Yeah, that's what I use. It will smoke a bit, some of it will burn off in the hotter parts of your soldering iron, or desoldering gun, but they do hang in there. And this thing I'm interested in, I want to see what these are too. The cheap heat sinks, they're just kind of barred across there. I can't see anything today. What is going on? This is getting really annoying. Maybe you guys can see the damn. I don't know. I bet you guys can see it. I sure as hell can't. just want to look something up to give you some information. IRF 50N06. IRF 50N06. Well, there's quite a bit going on with this circuitry, I tell you what. And you got a transformer hidden under the heatsink here. So it would be nice to kind of pick the circuitry apart. I obviously suck at trying to... I'm good at tearing stuff apart. That's what I'm good at, the dumb parts. Let me do the dumb things. I won't mess that up for... Well, I'll try not to. But that's my place in life. Doing the dumb things. IRF 630. Let me try that. See what I come up with. Probably not a big strikeout loser. Total freaking waste of air. I'll admit it. I'm a waste of air. And I apologize to everyone's air that I am taking up. I really do. Because it's beyond my control. Trust me. I might say I'd be out of your way. Now, the problem with these is it's not going to be as simple as, well, just put the positive on the negative, negative on the positive, so run it in reverse voltage. That doesn't happen because it's going to have a one-way check valve up in here at the top here. There's it's probably a little, it's actually going to be a little flimsy piece of metal. It'll sit in there and with a flapper probably. That's how one side of these was. I do want to test it though to make sure it works. IRF 6. Well, who cares what the frickin' thing is? I don't even know what the circuit's doing. What the hell is that gonna matter? How stupid. Big frickin' ICs too. Can't see them. Okay, got one. KA7500B. LM324N. That is a quad op amp, I believe. Do not know what the KA3525A is, the third one under here. Don't know. All I know is these components will be coming out and gladly added to my collection. But still, it's nice to kind of check it over and learn something about it. But for now, let's get some voltage onto this, because that's what this video is supposed to be about. I get distracted because I'm brain dead. I'm sorry. And that's not picking on people that are brain dead, because they'll understand what I deal with. So, no need to apologize. Freaking just tired of my head bothering me and trying to... Can't even do the simplest thing sometimes. It's really frustrating. It's super. Oh yeah, we got contact though. It's a little noisy. Sounds like actually it could be a bearing. I don't know. I'm not a engine whisperer. Okay, that's spinning that way. Now, I'll hook it up backwards. Put the pulleys, these things, on that are heading this way. Now, I'll hook it up backwards. Still don't think it's going to run backwards. But even if it does, it's still not going to matter, because you still got to flip that valve to have it work the opposite way that it is working. Pause, neg. And it is, it's going backwards. Now, I did this with one a couple weeks ago, and it would not, it always kept going the same way. Doesn't sound the happiest though. Unless it's pumping any anything else. I thought it was that pulley, but I don't think it is. Try to push on the end here. I'm getting zapped. It's just noisy, but man, I wish it looks pretty good. It's definitely it's definitely a candidate. Like I said, I thought of doing this before, but I couldn't because well, by the time I got it apart, it was trashed anyway. I ended up went for parts. Undo that. It would actually be nice if that stayed with it. That screw and that screw will pull that. Alright, let me whack this apart some more and see what I come up with. But yeah, it's there's a lot going on with it as far as a unit, but there's not enough battery there to do much of the stuff that you want to do. You're barely going to jump a car with it, if you can do that at all. Air compressors, as far as blowing up a car tire, I mean, maybe barely. There's just not. It's just too cheaply made. If they just put just that little extra effort into it, they would have. They got a great concept here. Actually, the battery it's that failed them. These things will actually be nice in the future. Now you get these started with power bank like nickel metal, or nipple metal, with lithium ions, lipos, and helium oxphosphate. Yep, that one too. You get all them. This thing could rock and roll. Pull that right out. Pull it right out, then I don't have it. Then I have it right in my hands. The gauge, not that the gauge is probably going to matter to us, but you never know. Well, definitely saving the gauge, I can tell you that. That I will not be throwing out. In fact, it would be nice to run it just to see if the gauge does work. I'm pretty sure there ain't usually much to these. Unless they get crud in them, they'll stop working. But the way they're set up, it's like a weighted spring type deal usually. And around it's a little wire that anchors onto a big copper gland that's like a rounded ring, and it just slightly moves. When that moves just a little bit, it actually is a ways that this one like tweaks down. It's a real weird concept. I've actually seen it and couldn't figure out, but I'm freaking a little too dumb to remember to breathe, so that's what I'm dealing with. You don't have to, so maybe I'll stop talking about that. Yeah, cool little switch here. That's got to be a nice amperage rating, or it's just a China rating. But there was a 40 amp plug in the, what they use, the big fin plug in the back. The ones that cars use. Not the super old cars, those big ones, the ones like that. Not the minis though. In between the minis. The non-minis. You know, it's that top section that I want. I think it's all like pressed into one. That's the hard part. There's not like a spot to get in what you want. Because you want to get in there, in here, and just take that little gland, which will, when the pressure pushes up, it'll let it push up, but then it just sits there like this. So when come on, the thing spins. Oh, magnet. it spins and it pushes it up, so the flap has to go up, and then just its normal way it wants to just rest back down, and the back pressure even tightens it usually onto some type of little rubber ring that's inset. I'll have to get that apart for you. I'll clean it up first. Okay, you're not maybe gonna believe this, but look at this. I was like, why? How is that angle of the piston so strange in there? Come on. Do your job. Thank you. I said, wow, that's a strange angle that they got that piston on. And then I went, what in the world? So yeah, the piston's almost, oh man, twisted it. Oh, it's back on. I saved a piston for one of these too, didn't I? I saved it because it was cool looking, but where did I put it? That's the problem. Oh, it's not even spinning that. It's not even pumping it. The gearing is... How can that... This is stripped out somehow. I mean, it's spinning, but that's not spinning. So there's something. Yeah, look at that thing's chewed right up and out. But yeah, that's pretty neat. That thing's pretty foxed. So let me keep tearing and ripping, and gnashing and tearing, and ripping, and tearing, and scaring. Just pop this right off. Come on. I don't want to have this be another 20,000 hour marathon video for the crappiest ever on YouTube guy. That's going to be my new channel name. The worst on YouTube ever. Please go away, you're horrible guy. So I'll have to rename it. So I can start pulling stuff out of my keister, which I can't. I have nothing. My best days are behind me. See, that's that little foot valve. Foot valve, thank you. Whoever said that. Way to pay attention. Little foot valve. What did I call it? A flip valve? Yeah, that sounds about what some yoke would say. Someone has no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, it's a flip sideways double sow-cow valve. It's a little flip valve right here. That's how a lot of the compressors are, actually. Even my 30-gallon one in the corner. Was it a 3/4 horsepower, whatever the heck it is? See, this lets the air... How is that? It does something with the air. This one actually seems like it's the opposite. And then it's got this little rubber piece. Here, oh, that's going to be to let the pressure up in, but not let it back. This is going to be your rubber is going to set, it'll let air up through, and it's spring loaded. So when there is, the pressure backs off of here, it holds the pressure so you can at least read it on your gauge. That's the way that works. So that rubber, judging by the way that rubber looks, it doesn't seem to fit real tight. But when you get a little pressure on there too, you got back pressure pushing down on it, it might help. But the flip valve is actually the wrong way. If you're pushing pressure, you can see where it's boosting out that hole on the top. But why would you want it going out? You want the pressure. You want it to build. You want it to build in the hose here. So might get something on that so you guys can at least see it. Kind of flipped there. See, it doesn't make... You guys show it flipped up. See, in this fancier ones, you'll have a a little, like the rubber on the outside here, you'll have that just on the outside edge of this here. And then when it pushes down, the metal seals right against the rubber. This one doesn't. It's fairly chintzy. You can see by the kind of crud buildup in there. But I don't know. I don't know if that is strange. Very strange. This is spinning. This doesn't screw on either. I believe it's just tearing at the. I don't know. I'll figure something out with it. But yeah, here's the main sleeve. And here is the piston. And the piston's roached. You can see, I'm going to throw it right out. I know I saved one of these. I'll actually hang this just above the garbage so it's ready to go, but not. And, oh, that sleeve is nasty. Now, I'll need that sleeve if I do find the piston. Chances are it's not going to be, it looks identical, but you're dealing with a brain that doesn't work, and memory, which is my worst issue. My memory's worse than my hands are, so you know what I'm dealing with. Don't want your pity, just want you to watch my videos. Not very funny either. Yeah, I'll have to save that sleeve as long as it didn't chew up this shaft here. Too bad, which it doesn't look like it has. I'll see what I can make of that. There'll have to be a part 2 on this, but this was just tearing into that. I'll come up with some motive for that. As always, thank you very much. Knowing that you showed up on the channel of the worst YouTuber ever to make videos in the history of YouTube. But I still appreciate you showing up. And give me a handshake or something, whatever they do. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching always. Much greatly appreciated. And your comments and questions all are greatly appreciated. Thanks again, and have a great week. Thanks, guys and girls. Bye-bye. Yeah, guys, I had to come back here. I got to just show you what. Look at all the stuff that comes out of that thing. So the compressor, the gauge. The compressor on normal ones should be decently working. And I'll have to do some modifications to ever get this one to do much. This gauge that's metal. Solid metal on the outside, glass on the inside. You can even buff out that glass if it gets bad. The piston obviously need a little help. I do have extra piston or 2. I thought they were neat. That's why I saved them. That's the only reason. Never thought I'd use one. Good, nice, heavy lug switch here. This is boosted for 40 amps. That's what was right here. Actually, it was a bladed. That's what they called it, a 40 amp bladed. I believe it was blue. Actually, I want to say 30 amp. Should say on it, but it doesn't. So yeah, I can't positively say, and I don't know what I'm talking about anyway. So, anyways, 12 volt, 300 milliamp DC power adapter here. Supply, whatever you want to call that thing. Fake fans. You gotta love that. There was no real fan in it. Got all the components going on here, which is super cool. I still would like to kind of figure out what's going on a little bit. Obviously, it's switching in the different things here. Must be through the the very crooked transistors or MOSFETs or whatever they are. That's awesome. They definitely, that's an award for the crookedest transistors. That's awesome. I love that. That is quality there. That is someone showing off that they're bored at their job and they have more talent than this. That is so freaking nuts. Oh, I love it. You know someone does that intentionally. They're like, yeah, look at these. They're all going to match, but they're all going to be slanted. The ones in the back are nice. But look at the little tries in the back here. I mean, you got basic battery up to maxing out at 15 is the red to 16 volt. You're maxing out. This, I don't know, that's a plug. So that's, I believe, an audio jack. It is, actually. Is it a 2.1 audio jack? This is about worthless, this 110 here. AC outlet. But it is an outlet, believe it or not. I mean, there's a lot of cool little things here. I mean, 3 little bump switches. Rocker switches. This is a 1, 2, probably double pull, single throw, double pull, double throw, I believe here. 2, 3. So off. It was the light, maybe? It went brightest, half as bright, then off. I mean, there's some cool, so yeah, if you ever come across one of these, I just keep babbling instead of showing you. The LED light, that's going to be a nice little work light. On top of the little components in here, oh, look at that. How cool is that? A little 5 volt, that's how pathetic I am. A USB port. I wonder if that'll fit in my miraculously, but not knowing exactly how I fixed power unit here. This thing's sweet. 8 to 24 volts. 4 lithium ions in here. 8 to 24 volts, all adjusted by this. 7.4 on this one, 5 volts on the USB. Oh, that's beautiful, that plug for the USB. Love that. That thing's going to have the whole shooting match. That is perfecto. But yeah, I've had this for a long time. Got it working today. So happy about that. The other one obviously doesn't work. But at one time, none of them worked. So I at least made something work. I fixed something at one time. Yesterday or today, I forget. I don't remember very well, as I told you. Yeah, just a lot of cool components. 2 sockets here for to car cigarette lighters. A lot of cool things here. And a dummy button here. Just a dum-dum button, like knocking on my head. Dum-dum, dum-dum. Alright, thanks again, guys. Have a great day.